Welcome to the project management portion of the Master Builder demo series. In this one, we're going to look at what we consider to be project management and the important pieces of project management, specifically change orders, subcontracts, purchase orders, and then some of our job reports that we think are really pretty powerful. So the first thing I'm going to look at, we'll just kind of go in order here, is we're going to look at change orders. And the nice part about Master Builder, and it's a little confusing, but you should be able to follow along here. There's two tabs, and one's for the prime and one's for the budget. And so in this case, we have a project we're working on. It's going to give it the next change order number in series. We track change orders by 6 different status, just like we have on some of the other things you've seen. We have different levels, open, it's under review, the owner's disputing it with us. We want to track those separately. And obviously, the best thing that can happen is when we move it to the approved status, because that means we're going to be able to bill for it, and the budget's been approved. So in this case, a very simple example. We were doing a project. The owner asked us to upgrade the lighting. We went out to our subcontractor, because we had a subcontractor on this project, asked them to give us a price, which he did. It was $1,850 as his price to us. Master Builder already knows that we have a subcontract with this sub, so it brings in his number. He also knows that we already had a change order, so this will be change order number 2 for him. And the date, accounting information, what cost code it should be charged to for budget, and what cost type. So now we have the 1850, that's our cost. We're going to switch tabs here. And on this tab, again, I need to bill or show a change order for lighting. Here's my estimate. Here's what I'm asking for. And in this case, they offered us back $2,300 for what we had asked for $2,400. And if that's acceptable, we're going to leave the $2,300 in there. This is where it's going to get charged to. At this point, I can now go in and print this change order. And this is something that I think you should like. Most of the people we run across are doing these either in Excel or they're doing in Word and having to, key in most of the information. And what happens here is, nice part about Master Builder, obviously it's going to have your logo. Here's who it's to, the project it regards, the lighting. If we had any specific notes as to models or what have you, or notes on specifications, they'd be listed there. But what Master Builder does is at the very bottom does a great recap of the original contract, previously signed change orders, which gets us to this contract value prior to this change order. They're going to sign a change order, $2,300, which now puts us to a new contract sum, including this change order of $91,000 in round numbers. And as you can see, I kind of snuck in a 10-day extension time here as we were doing this change order. So once this comes back signed, we would change the date that it was signed. We now increase our contract to the $2,300, so we now have a contract for $90,000. We have a contract extension of 10 days. And we will have a budget for the $1,850 that was quoted by our subcontractor. So in one place, we've tracked all of the components. We've done the budget, the contract amount, it's gone to the sub, we've printed his change order, and we've printed the owner's change order, all from the same place. Again, not in multiple systems, but right here within Master Builder, where anybody who has access to Master Builder is going to be able to find that information, whether it be a project manager, somebody in accounting, or the owner. Change orders, that's change orders in a nutshell. The other thing that we do a really good job at is subcontracts, and I'm not going to show you how we fill out a subcontract, but I'm going to give you the ultimate, which is the report that is generated by managing subcontracts within Master Builder. Again, busy report, but a lot of great information. Here's our job number. Here's a subcontractor that's on this job, our electrical contractor. He had 3 line items on his subcontract, so he had a subcontract to start out with for $2,900. We issued him change order number 1 to his subcontract to do something. It was a $500 subcontract to him, which now gives me a new contract value with that sub of $3,400. And that one we were just working on. Here's change order number 2 to the sub for that upgrade in lighting, and it's valued at $1,850. But since it's sitting here and open, we all can tell that it has not been returned by the subcontractor, and so it's still pending. But when he sends it back, we'll know that that's our contract value. It's going to be $5,250. Down below, he's invoiced us twice on 2 different invoice numbers on 2 different dates for these amounts. listed right there on the same report. And a great little summary here of what was my original contract, approved, here's my new contract, here's what he's invoiced me to date, and here's what's remaining on the approved contract. And by the way, yeah, he's invoiced me $2,200, but it's still standing as an outstanding balance in my accounts payable, which means it has not been paid. So in one report, I go from original contract all the way to what's outstanding within accounts payable. Now I'm going to show you a job cost report, and there's hundreds to pick from, but this is the one that I like and most of our clients like. Again, original contract, open contract, prime change orders. These are the change orders to the owners that have been approved, and then some pending change orders. So this, when they sign the remaining outstanding contract or change orders, that will be our contract value. We've invoiced them for these billings so far to date. We have down below here, whoops, clicked once too far. Let me just scroll down a little bit. These are change orders to my budget. These were change orders to the contract. These are change orders to my budget to give me to my new increased budget. What I have now is a nice summary of here's my new budget, here's my cost to date, the balance on the budget, my percent complete, what I've earned to date, my estimated total gross profit, and my earned gross profit to date, all in one report. Again, lots of information just on 2 pages here, but works you all the way through your original balance on the contract, your original budget, your change order budget, to show you what is available and what profit margin you have on this job. Now the last one I'm going to look at may not be appropriate for everybody, but if you do items that are measurable, whether it be, in this case, a very simple example of a grading contractor where he has so many, cubic yards of removal, he has so many, tons of demolition, he has so many square yards of whatever. These are just measured units. If you're electrical, they could be linear feet of wire. It could be fixtures installed in the ceiling. It's up to you. Not everything is measurable, but the items that are, what happens in Master Builder, and this is a great report, it's in real time. I had a budget of $12,000. I thought I had 150 units to perform on this job. So far through my accounts payable, my payroll, inventory, equipment cost, I've incurred $9,500 in cost. My field foreman or superintendent has reported to me on his timesheet that he's finished 75 units. In this case, we're not doing very well. I budgeted $80 a unit. I am now spending at a rate of $126 a unit, which puts me $46 a unit over, with a remaining 75 units to complete. Now says I need another $9,400 to finish this, which puts me almost $7,000 over budget. But you know what? The superintendent made a mistake, and this was supposed to really be 105 units. Now I'm a little bit better because I'm now 80 versus 90. Still not to budget, but I am now closer to the budget. But it's based on actual quantities in place. This can be run on a daily basis if you enter your time in the daily payroll. It will be up to date through today. Again, for people that are very unit sensitive, another great report within Master Builder. Again, I looked at a bunch of different things here. I looked at unit cost. I looked at a cost report specific to the job, how we manage subcontractors on projects, how we manage our owners and subcontractors as far as change orders, all within the project management piece of Master Builder. In another video, we will tackle the document control and a few other small items in here. But this is the really meat of project management. And if you do these tasks and these procedures and processes right, it contributes to the bottom line, because every change order that slips through the crack, is not billed or not billed on a timely basis, costs money. And that's what we're here to do, is to save you money with less effort than you probably are using today. Again, thanks for watching this one, and there's many more to watch.